Good afternoon, Tagum City. Good afternoon, learners, dear parents, and listeners who are tuning on right now. It is the time of the day with your TLE teachers on air. I am Teacher Momar Caramol, and together with me is Teacher Jam Sanico, bringing you another exciting and engaging learning session which will be very helpful to you. Maayong hapon diha sa imuha, Ma'am Jam.
Maayong hapon po, Sir Momar. Good afternoon to our dear learners, parents, and listeners. You are correct, Teacher Momar. Indeed, we will be delivering another fun-filled lesson this afternoon for our dear students. Did you know, Teacher Momar, that aside from broadcasting live on radio at 98.3 Gold FM, we are also live at La Filipina National High School official Facebook page.
That's awesome, Teacher Jam. Sa ato pa karong hapuna daghan ta og mahatagan og tsansa nga makadungog sa atong bag-ong leksyon sa TLE subject. Dili lang atong mga estudyante sa atong school, naapod ang daghang listeners ining istasyon ang 98.3 Gold FM. Kuyawa, no? Indeed, we are bridging gaps and reaching boundaries. Learners and listeners, maminaw jud ta aron maka-answer ta sa mga questions.
Tama jud, Teacher Momar. Before we start, let us review our past lesson in TLE. The topic was about canopy. Canopies consist of base, spread, and lastly is garnish. And now, before we proceed with our topic, let us first have an activity. You will identify the different miscellaneous orders. Again, listeners, with the use of your listening skills, you are going to identify if it is antipasto, bruschetta, tapas, caviar, or amuse-bouche. I will give you 5 seconds to answer. Then I will reveal the correct answer. Let's start. Number 1. Cheese. Is it A, bruschetta, B, tapas, or C, antipasto? The correct answer is letter C, antipasto. Number 2. Salted eggs. Is it A, bruschetta, B, caviar, or letter C, antipasto? The correct answer is letter B, caviar. Number 3. Italian bread. Is it A, bruschetta, B, caviar, or letter C, antipasto? The correct answer is letter A, bruschetta. Number 4. Raw vegetables. Is it A, antipasto, B, bruschetta, or letter C, caviar? The correct answer is letter A, antipasto. And number 5. Little portion of meat. Is it A, antipasto, letter B, caviar, or letter C, amuse-bouche? The correct answer is letter C, amuse-bouche. Who got the perfect score? Sa mga hindi naka-perfect score, don't worry. Just listen carefully to our discussion today. I believe nga nakatabang ang atong pretest para sa atong learners and listeners, lalo na jud sa pag-eskwela o sa pagtuon sa atong mga kabataan. Ug gani kita, karon nga mga teachers, nahatagan ta og opportunity to be heard on air as teachers, and of course, to our listeners to be educated on air. At this juncture, learners, Please get your notebook and pen. We are going to start our lesson for today. We have 3 objectives for today's lesson. At the end of the session, you are expected to: letter A, identify the different miscellaneous hors d'oeuvres. Letter B, value the importance of miscellaneous hors d'oeuvres in a meal. And letter C, enumerate the different miscellaneous hors d'oeuvres. I believe that our learners will be able to achieve and apply all of the objectives of today's lesson. Learners, are you ready? I know that you are ready. Let us now proceed to our lesson for today, which is miscellaneous hors d'oeuvres. Miscellaneous hors d'oeuvres are a variety of food, both hot and cold, served as appetizers. The serving is smaller in unit size or portion size that can be eaten with forks from small plates or with fingers. Hors d'oeuvres or tiny appetizers are offered as compliments of the chef, usually in more expensive restaurants. Nearly anything can be served as amuse-bouche, salads, soups, canapes, fish, and vegetables. So sa ato pa, kini siya makit-an sa mga buffet sa restaurant. Katong mga gamay ng mga murag sandwiches na naay mga toppings na gulay, karne, ug mga klase-klase sa cheese. Actually, there are 5 types of miscellaneous hors d'oeuvres. First is number 1, antipasto. Antipasto is an Italian appetizer. Usually, makita ni siya sa mga Italian cuisine or sa mga hotel sama sa mga buffet na kan-anan. This includes the following. Number 1, cured meat, just like salami, bologna, and boiled ham. Number 2, seafood items. It includes canned items like sardines, anchovies, and tuna. Number 3, cheese, like provolone and mozzarella. Number 4, hard-cooked eggs and stuffed eggs. 5, relishes. These are raw vegetables. And number 6, mushroom and other vegetables. Another example of hors d'oeuvres is bruschetta. Bruschetta is a slice of Italian bread that are toasted and rubbed with brushed garlic and drizzled with olive oil, served with toppings like canapes. Mga tinapay lang ni siya na gibutangan og toppings sama sa mga kamatis or olives. Number 3, tapas. These are small food items intended to be eaten with wine or other drinks, usually in bars. They are served in a small portion intended to be eaten immediately. Example ani kay cheese and then small amount of meat. Or sa ato pa, mura ni siya og pulutan. Number 4, caviar. Caviar is salted roe or eggs of the sturgeon. Actually, sturgeon is a fish. It is any product labeled caviar must come from sturgeon. Roe from any other fish must be labeled as such. White fish caviar. Usually, gikan ni siya sa mga isda. Kay maong mani ang mga itlog sa isda or ang ginatawag nato na bihon. Number 5, amuse-bouche. It is a tiny appetizer or hors d'oeuvres offered to guests seated at their tables either before or after they have ordered from the menu. It is an opportunity to showcase an aspect of the chef's cooking style and talent and to welcome the guests. Small amount lang gihapon ni na pagkaon, pero wala ni siya sa menu. Murag compliment lang ni siya or ginahatag na pampagana gihapon. Example ani, kay kanang mga small bite-sized bread with meat topped with small vegetables. Anything that can be served in a tiny portion can be served as an amuse-bouche, like salad, soup, a little portions of meat, fish, or vegetables with a few drops of sauce and garnish. The chefs don't use a separate category of recipe for these items, but just give a different presentation, garnish, or sauce. Therefore, miscellaneous hors d'oeuvres is important because it can help to stimulate the appetite and increase your hunger and prepare you for the main course. Mauni sila ang atong ginatawag nga mga abre-gana. The main function of canapé is to increase your hunger and prepare you for the main course. And also, it is an opportunity to showcase an aspect of chef's cooking style and talent and to welcome the guests. Again, learners, with the use of your listening skills, you are going to choose the letter of the correct answer in the given questions. I will give you 5 seconds to answer, then I will reveal the correct answer afterwards. Let's begin. Number 1. The following are the example of antepasto except. Again, the following are the example of antepasto except letter A, cheese, B, relishes, C, cured meats, and letter D, caviar. The correct answer is letter D, caviar. Number 2. It is a small item intended to be eaten with wine or any other drinks, usually in bars. Again, it is a small item intended to be eaten with wine or other drinks, usually in bars. Letter A, tapas, B, antipasto, C, caviar, or letter D, bruschetta. The correct answer is letter A, tapas. Number 3. It is an Italian appetizer. Again, it is an Italian appetizer. Letter A, bruschetta. Letter B, caviar. C, antipasto. Or letter D, amuse-bouche. The correct answer is antipasto, letter C. Number 4. Cured meats are example of, again, cured meats are example of letter A, tapas, B, antipasto, C, caviar, or letter D, bruschetta. The correct answer is letter B, antipasto. Number 5. It is a tiny appetizer or hors d'oeuvres offered to a guest seated at their tables either before or after they have ordered from the menu. Again, it is a tiny appetizer or hors d'oeuvres offered to a guest seated at their table either before or after they have ordered from the menu. Is it letter A, bruschetta, B, Tapas? C. Amuse-bouche? Or letter D. Caviar? The correct answer is letter C. Amuse-bouche. Congratulations, learners, especially to those who got a perfect score. Thank you so much for listening to us. We hope that you have learned from our lesson today. Also, we would like you to make use of what you have learned from this afternoon in your daily lives.
Tama jud, Ma'am Jam. Makagutom ang atong topic, no? Dapat yun natong i-apply ang tanan natong natun-an labi na sa atong lesson karon. Kaya in the end, makatabang jud ni sa ato. So before we will end this session, we would like to thank the following persons behind this afternoon's radio broadcast. Without them, this would not be possible. Thank you to 98.3 Gold FM, Kuya Wano, to Dr. Jeffrey Villarosa, the Principal of La Filipina National High School, Master Teachers of TLE Department, Ma'am Rosario Sabinorio, and Ma'am Cerenia Bercero, and to all TLE teachers. The Master Teacher of English Department, Sir Harley Aglosolos, and the team. Thank you sa inyuhang makanunayong pagtabang sa among RBI. Again, learners, thank you so much for listening and participating the activity. I am Teacher Momar Caramol, and together with me is our teacher broadcaster,
Ma'am Julie Anne-Marie R. Sanico.
signing off. Thank you everyone and God bless.